Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and as usual we're talking everything marketing and entrepreneurship on the African continent. Thank you so much for those of you who've been liking, sharing and just commenting and letting me know what you think. I really appreciate that. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the Lessons with Lion family. Here we talk everything marketing and entrepreneurship. We share ideas. It's all about growing the African continent. Today I want to talk about paid advertising, and I'm not necessarily going to go into the mechanics of it, but a lot of people like to ask me, should I be paying for my social media advertising? Now, this is a tricky question because I think a lot of people are trying to find ways to bypass the system. And as we all know from previous podcasts and previous videos, the algorithm favors accounts that pay for advertising because you're putting money into the system. And of course, all of these social media platforms are businesses and they will want to make money, and they will fairly so prioritize the people who spend money on those social media platforms. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to pay for advertising to grow your social media accounts. There's so many ways to grow your social media accounts, and that all stems in being able to use different marketing techniques. For example, if you've got really great customer loyalty and customer retention on the ground or even online, then you can actually leverage off of word of mouth, right? How do you do that online? So if you've got great customer retention and you know that your customers talk about you wherever they are, you can repost whenever they talk about how amazing your product is, but you can also do competitions where you ask them to, for instance, tag their friends and say why they love the product so much, and if they win, they'll get a holiday or they'll get a year's supply of your product or whatever the case may be. But you really can leverage off of your word of mouth marketing from having loyal customers and great customer retention. Other ways of doing this is by having associations with other platforms that have bigger followings. So for example, you could have 4,000 followers but make relationships with people or influencers who have 100,000, 1 million followers, and you could send them your product for them to use, and they could review it and tag you, and some of their followers might migrate or come and view your page and become your customers or your followers. There are also other ways of being able to leverage off of not having a lot of followers but not wanting to pay for advertising as well. Remember, everything on social media is about intention, and I'll always say this: intention is key in life. On social media, wherever you are, intention is key. So if you don't want to pay for advertising, you need to ask yourself what else you can do to get the results that you would get from advertising. People who know me know that I'm not the biggest fan of paid for advertising, pay-per-click advertising, just because I believe that you really can grow your brand without using that. And I think a lot of it would stem from having really good relationship building activities. So for me, I'm pro let your social media platform grow at its own pace. Be patient, it will take a long time, versus let it grow instantly now. Because that's what paid for advertising does for you. It lets your social media assets grow very quickly. You get an audience very, very quickly. And sometimes what happens is the growth that you get from advertising is way more rapid and way more saturated than your ability to cater for that growth. And so now the beast becomes more powerful than the master, and the beast is showing the master what to do, and the beast in this case would be the social media. You never want your social media to become this beast that you can't control and understand. You want to be the master of your account. You want to be the master of your growth, and the only way you can do that is by being patient and growing at a steady pace. So even if you do decide to employ paid for advertising, make sure that you're not doing it so much that you can't actually keep up with the growth, especially if you're selling a product and you need to be able to meet the demand as people ask for it. So don't grow faster than you can accommodate the growth, because then it will completely ruin your brand and all the efforts that you've made to grow your brand or your social media assets thus far. So when it comes to pay for advertising, I would recommend that you do it if you want to grow very quickly, you want to grow to a very large number of followers relatively quickly, and you have like a very immediate and pressing objective for growing. So you want to get 100,000 followers because you want to sell all the products in your factory and you need to sell them now. Use your paid for advertising. But if you're building a brand where you might be, let's say, a professional and you want to build a community, I would say start with building your community. Understand how people see you, understand what they want from you, have conversations with them. And once you're comfortable on social media and you know how to use it like a pro, then maybe you can consider using paid for advertising if you still haven't grown from creating relationships and leveraging off of other marketing techniques to grow your social media platform. But all in all, you don't need to pay for advertising to grow on social media. Even though the algorithm prioritizes it, you don't need to do it if you don't want to. There are many other techniques you can use, and I'll do videos a couple of weeks from now showing you the different marketing techniques you can use without paying for advertising to grow your social media assets. Until next time, subscribe, share, like, comment, tell me what you think, and let's have a conversation.